All right, this is my audience. All right, my name is David Dillon. I'm doing my persuasive speech topic over should college athletes get paid. Imagine you're a full-time student at a full-time job, helping a company make a lot of money, but you get zero of it. College players should receive some sort of payment for playing for their schools. They risk their bodies on the line while playing for their schools and bring lots of revenue for their schools. So I think that they should be confiscated no matter how small. College athletes have become the foundation of many colleges and universities. The landscape of college sports is changing daily. Paying football and basketball players would not ruin college sports or cause them to become subcontractors. Indeed, the way big time college sports are going, paying the players may be the only way to save them. The NCAA, for instance, is taking advantage of college athletes assigned to a certain college or university. The NCAA produces nearly 11 billion in annual revenue for college sports a year. Many colleges use their athletics as core marketers. If not for certain players, certain colleges would need to spend a lot of money on building name recognition to prospective students. The National Collegiate Athletic Association has many restrictions planted down on their college athletes, which prevents them from making any outside income not established by the school. A student can apply for a summer job, but the amount an athlete can make is capped. The NCAA prevents student athletes from allowing their likeness to be used for promotional purposes. That includes earning money from video games, magazines, endorsements, autographs, player jerseys, etc. The list goes on. Some people might put up an argument and say that student athletes get enough by receiving a full ride scholarship. Athletes get scholarships based on their overall talent and ability. A full ride scholarship is actually worth around $25,000 annually year by year, which equals out to be $100,000 over 4 years. It might sound like a lot, but it's really not. Well, a $25,000 scholarship only really covers the basic and student fees, including tuition, housing, a meal plan, and multiple $100 textbooks, and etc. People fail to realize that a scholarship isn't equivalent to cash being in the athlete's pocket. If players don't perform up to par, a coach can revoke a player's scholarship. A college student or athlete is still broke with or without a scholarship. Student athletes don't have the opportunity or schedule flexibility to get a job for themselves. Their only job is to play football or whatever sports for their respective school. For example, let's use the NFL as an example. What's the difference between playing college football and playing in the NFL, other than the greater level of talent and competition? Not much. College football is a full-time job, just like the NFL. Less than 3 to 5% of these student athletes will become professionals in their sports. Many of them will not play the sport all 4 years of college. Most of college athletes takes many risks, make sacrifices every day, and put their life on the line every week, just like professional athletes do. Being a student athlete takes an enormous amount of responsibility. Students must be dedicated enough and committed in order to be successful. College athletes aren't just regular students. They have mandatory study halls, 2-a-days, they have curfews, they get shortened holiday breaks, they have practices, games, playbooks they have to master, A regular student athlete schedule consists of a full 12-hour day. It sounds like a full job to me. The typical Division I college football devotes 43 and a half hours per week to his sport, 3.3 more hours than the typical American average work week. Student athletes have to go to class every day and maintain a good GPA, or they risk the chance of losing their scholarship and getting kicked off the team. I'm not a fan of the NCAA not paying student money. The National Collegiate Athletic Association is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and the players producing most of that revenue for the school. So why not reward college athletes with a little bit of pocket change that the players bring the fans to the games? Without student athletes, there would be no team. The National Collegiate Athletic Association is the only business in America where you don't have to pay your employees, which is absurd. We're in the 21st century. Athletes deserve some kind of payment. Athletes earn their schools hundreds of thousands of dollars, increase enrollment, and if they perform well on the field, that can intrude more recruits to look at the school. Coaches make over $100,000 to coach one of the major sports like baseball, basketball, and football. At a school, coaches receive extra benefits for reaching the playoffs, bowl games, or winning championships. Student athletes receive $0 as a bonus. Coaches are outrageously getting overpaid in college. They should start cutting coaches' salaries and have a cap limit on how much a college coach should make and take a cut out for the students. By the NCAA paying athletes, it won't fully cut down on cheating in the sport, but will be a huge start on cutting down on some of the media scandals that appear to be happening, frankly, in the sport. The NCAA rules prevent student athletes from receiving money, transportation, or any other extra benefit or expense allowance not authorized by the NCAA legislation. Cheating runs rampant in college athletics across the world. If we pay players, it might help to stop what's going on behind the closed doors. Of course, there will be players who, even if got paid, would still try to cheat the system and take money under the table. I'm not sure even if that would be enough, but it would definitely be a start and lure some of the kids away from accepting special benefits. For some student athletes, receiving some extra chump change will improve the rates from them taking money from boosters. One downfall on the proposal of paying student athletes is not all the college sports teams are very profitable. According to Michael Wilbon of ESPN, he concludes in his article that he's interested in seeing the people who produce the revenue share a teeny tiny slice of it. That's right. Football and men's basketball players get paid. Lacrosse, field hockey, softball, baseball, and soccer players get nothing. While I agree with Mr. Wilbon and what he says in his article, I don't agree with this point where he suggests that only the players who contribute the most revenue to the program should get paid. That will result in capitalism, which could later lead on to many problems within many athletic programs. College programs should develop a set limit for each sport involved in a program, depending on how much revenue they bring in each year. Each player should, within each sport and every player on their respective teams, there should be a balanced amount across the team. We should provide a minimum amount and maximum amount a player can make on a team, depending on their year of eligibility and playing time. For example, a first-year baseball player should not be making more than a senior baseball player. And that's it.